The final step in calculating the sums of squares for this analysis is to calculate the sums of squares within hospitals. This is a fairly extensive set of calculations, but they are made relatively easy using Excel. To begin that set of calculations, I'm going to copy the 1 through 30 that appears in this column, in column F. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go down and paste that same set of numbers just below the table above. So now I have, beginning in cell F42, the numbers 1 through 30, which represent the 30 observations in each hospital. Now, to begin the calculation of the within hospital sums of squares, I will take the value for the first hospital equal, I'll go up and get the first admission for Albemarle, minus, and I'll go down to the average for Albemarle and select that, and I'll fix that with an F4 so that I will always be operating in in row 39. I'm going to be moving from row G to row H, and row H to row I, and row I to row J, so that I won't fix that with a $G $39, which would always leave me in G39, but I will fix it with G $39, which will always mean that as I move from G to H to I to J, I will always stay in row 39. Now I put in the parenthesis and square that, and this is the first value that will be used to make up the sums of squares within hospitals. The next step will be to copy that value all the way down to the 30 admissions for Albemarle. Now I'm going to extend that across to the remaining 3 hospitals. To do that, I will put the cursor on the lower right-hand corner of this box and drag it to the right 3 more columns. That has now produced all of the numbers that need to be added together to get the sums of squares within hospitals. So now I will go up to the within hospitals sums of squares cell, and I will say that that is equal to the sum of everything here. And this is Control-Shift down arrow. I'll put in the final parenthesis, and when I hit enter, I get the total sums of squares within hospitals. Now, to be certain that these 2 values are correct, I'm going to add 1 row here and add the sums of squares due to hospitals and sums of squares within hospitals together. if my calculations are correct, they should equal the total. So this is equal sum of these two values, and in fact, except for the decimal points, which I can correct, the sums of squares within hospitals and the sums of squares due to hospitals equals the total sums of squares.